All right, it's 6 o'clock. I'd like to call this regular village board meeting to order. If you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Hudson?
Here.
Trustee Maravka? Here. Trustee Richards? Here. Trustee Sandberg?
Here.
Trustee Sluse?
Here.
Trustee Sturba?
Here. All right, and then, Nick, can you get me the public comment sheet, please? Thank you. All right, so, Neil Pigash, you want to speak on the other issue, right?
I can wait till the
Yeah,
agenda item.
okay.
That's fine.
Rick Hendren?
Hanson.
Hanson, oh, Hanson, I'm sorry, Rick.
Yeah, he knew that.
Hi, guys.
206 came down really well. The excavator was awesome. Didn't damage 210 North 2nd Street, which was awesome. I have a couple of concerns. Final grade, was it inspected?
Wasn't inspected in.
I don't know, I'll have to check.
If so, I'd like someone to take a look at it again. Looks like the water's all swelling now towards my building. The tree in the back of that yard is growing over my building. I'm just wondering if that's coming down too, or is that something I have to deal with?
If they didn't take it down during the demo, then they're not. It'd be something you might want to talk to the property owner about.
Well, I've talked to the bank. The property owner has been defaulted for almost 8 months, so.
Okay.
I spoke with the bank, and the bank said that she didn't know if it was coming down with the demolition or not, so it's not.
No.
Okay, and then the other thing I have a question about, the easement agreement around my building, is there one? Because I wanna do some tuck pointing and some painting of the block and brick and stuff like that, so. Now that the eyesore's gone, I'd like to make it look pretty.
Do you have a survey?
I have a survey, the building's built from lot line to lot line, so I didn't know if there was an easement agreement that Peatone had or not. If not, do I have to deal with each individual separately?
Each individual, what do you mean?
You mean each individual,
Every homeowner that goes around my whole entire building.
I would think so. I wouldn't think that we would have any kind of.
There's no easement agreement at all?
I mean, I'd have to research
We can
that, Rick.
research,
Yeah.
okay.
The other question was, ComEd has a line that's going over the top of my building. Is there an easement agreement on that too?
You look into it.
That's all I have.
Okay,
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Dave Padgell?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure if this is the appropriate place to bring this up. I've never been here, but
Okay.
I live on Corning, and I want to address the speeding that goes on Corning. It's basically an open air racetrack from what I've seen, but I live there and I see it all the time. I think people pulling wheelies with motorcycles on this road. Everybody speeds. I drove a school bus for 10 years. School buses speed. I've had the police, they don't want to pull over a school bus, but they'll call in and say, hey, tell them to slow down. And people just kind of ignore it. But I've noticed there's four-way stops all the way down Corning. Even on Mill Street, there's a three-way stop, but on Corning and Hans Brinker Drive, there's a two-way. I believe if they put up made that a four-way stop, people generally don't ignore stop signs. And they come off of Rathje, and I've heard them hit in third gear. If there's a stop sign there, there's a school, a lot of the school traffic comes out of there. There's golf carts, there's kids riding bikes. And I just noticed there's an awful lot of speeders. But everywhere you go down, all the way to 50, there's four-way stops on every intersection, except for the one near 50. And that's close enough to the stoplight that people pretty much slow down when they come up there anyway. But on Corning and Hans Brinker, it's just wide open, and I see people, my concern, my request was that they put a four-way stop there. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ed Nelson.
Good evening. I'm here tonight with the Peatone Historical Society. The mill is open now every Sunday from 1 to 3. We've done a lot of improvements in there in regards to our exhibits and displays, clean the place up. Outside, the gardens are growing, things are looking good. Landscaping, bush trimming. I encourage you all to check us out. I know yesterday was a crappy day for weather. We had one person come in, but hopefully summer's gonna be, get some good turnouts. Our memberships are up, way up. We have a couple of the trustees, Todd and Gary and Julie, and I know you're a member. I would like to encourage all the rest of you to join our historical society.
How's the deck
If you need
coming
membership
along?
forms, I can have them here now.
How's the deck coming along? The outside deck?
From what I understand, we've got the architect's design, or so now it's the next phase. I know we need money. And I'm sure I'll have Nick come here, and we've got a plan, but
All right.
other than that, we're looking good. Come in and see us.
Right,
Thank
sounds
you.
good.
Thank
You
you.
could do a March's Minute?
What's
Do you
that?
Do you do the March Minute anymore?
I haven't recently. What would you like me to do it on?
Come to the mill
Okay.
and do it there.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Good job, Ed.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. We've got a few items. Approve the minutes of our May 22nd, 2023 regular village board meeting. Oh,
Pat
Oh, I'm
came
sorry.
in and signed in a different sheet.
oh, it's a different sheet. Okay. Sorry, no, it's not too late.
Okay.
It's never too late for you,
Thanks.
Chad.
Alright, so this is in regards to item J, approving the rezoning of the real estate property. My only, I guess, question or comment is that unless you guys have a good, solid business proposal from this developer, as opposed, and with financing and all of that, I would encourage you to not approve it until you get a solid proposal with financing, because my concern is that this could be a stalking horse that goes in, gets it rezoned, and then it goes back out for bid, and then something that we wouldn't like gets built there. So that's my statement. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on then. Again, consent agenda, we've got our minutes from our May 22nd, 2023 meeting. Payroll and accounts payable. And I'll give you those numbers here. So the payroll for the pay period ending May 27th, total of $59,665.56. Our accounts payable for the period ending June 9th, general fund $54,695.01. Building permit escrow fund $3,650. The business development district $144, and TIF 2 $3,762. We also have an amplifier permit for a family party at 408 Locust from July 29th to July 31st from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. We have a one-day Class C liquor license, Susie's Saloon. This already happened on June 3rd. I approved it administratively, but we need to just put the stamp of approval of the board. And then a special event with road closures for the Hidden Gems Market. This is the market that they've had for a couple of times by the Cornerstone Coffee Shop. Again, one of these dates is already in the past, but they want to repeat this in July and August. Are any items trustees want to remove from the consent agenda? Not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
It's moved by trustee Sluse, second by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
trustee Maravka,
Present.
trustee Richards,
Yes.
trustee Sandberg,
Yes.
trustee Sluse.
Yes.
Trustee Sturba.
Yes.
All right, moving on to staff and committee reports. Angie from Aqua could not be here. Do you have her report?
She just had two real brief items. They're finishing up the water towers, so she's just following up to make sure that gets completed with landscaping and that all done. And they finished the flushing. No, those were her only two comments.
Okay. Does anybody have anything to ask Angie about?
I just wanted to know, are they still doing I don't think they're doing the testing anymore out by the park, the testing of the water to see if it was,
No, they took that building away, but
so,
they're,
and there's still no idea or date of when they're gonna be,
right, their big hangup now is they need a location to put a chemical additive plant place. So they're
Right.
working with
the park district.
homeowners, park district to try to figure out a spot for that.
Okay.
All right, engineering, Troy?
The MFT resurfacing project, had the bid opening, we'll talk about that later in the agenda. The sidewalk program is pretty much ready to get out to bid. We're just doing quality assurance on it, so it's probably later this week we'll have that project out to bid.
Okay. That's all the committee reports we have. My comments, only things is garage sales this weekend. Our clerk and administrative staff did a nice job of collecting all the applications for that. You know approximately how many we have? Just a guess.
30.
30, so, we've got maps available here, it's on Facebook and the website. Just be careful about, driving around this weekend, you know, people get a little distracted looking to see what's for sale in people's, driveways, so just, be careful about that. We don't have any old business, on to new business. Happy to say we have the approval of hiring of 4 new full-time police officers. Kenneth Burrow, Robert Reyes, Andrew Wallace, and Jake Wiefenbach. I just want to compliment the chief for doing a great job of recruiting. I want to compliment our current police officers for putting in a lot of overtime the last couple months, and I want to welcome these new four police officers to help us out. So I need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Hudson, second by trustee Maravka.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
trustee Maravka.
Yes.
Trustee Richards,
Yes.
trustee Sandberg,
Yes.
trustee Sluse.
Yes.
Trustee Sturba.
Yes.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is oath of office for our new full-time police officers. So the officers want to come up here in the front, and the clerk will administer.
Mayor, sorry if we do one at a time.
Oh, definitely.
And if, briefly, I just want to thank the board and the mayor, because we didn't restructure the pay chart, there would be no way that we'd find qualified officers, so I want to thank you guys as well.
Great.
So,
All right, so who's first?
Ken Burrows? Burrow? No, all the way around, yeah, either way you want. Go, yeah, by her. Either way you want to go. Sorry.
No, no problem.
Run the gauntlet.
Thanks. So you're gonna raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Kenneth Burrow,
having been appointed to the position of a police officer
having been appointed to the position of a police officer
for the Village of Peatone,
for the Village of Peatone,
County of Will,
County of Weld,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Village of Peatone
of the office of the Village of Peatone,
Police Department according to the best of my ability.
Police Department, according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey Ken, who's gonna pin your badge on?
That's gonna be my girlfriend, Lynn.
Over here.
Lynn, if you could go up, please.
Here's your chance, man.
Yes.
We did it.
Yeah, see if you can get it. Or just the top.
Really?
Sorry. Good. Nice work. You're hired. Thank you.
Andrew Wallace, come up, please.
I state your name.
Andrew Wallace.
Position
Have been appointed to the position
of a police officer for the Village of Peatone,
of a police officer for the Village of Peatone,
County of Will,
County of Will,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Village of Peatone Police Department,
of the office, I'm sorry, say it again,
of the Village of
of
Peatone,
the Village of Peatone Police Department,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
You wanna call him up?
Keegan? Where'd you go?
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Push it on there. Got it, thanks, bud.
Hunter Reyes.
Congratulations.
I state your name.
I, Randy Reyes,
Having been appointed to the position of a police officer for the Village of Peatone, County of Will, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
the Illinois compliant statutes,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and the law and ethics pertaining to municipalities.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
of the office of the Village of Peatone
of the office of Village of Peatone,
Police Department according to the best of my ability.
the Police Department, according to my best ability.
Who's putting your badge on?
my wife Cynthia.
Please don't hurt me too bad.
Jake, wait, Mike, come on up.
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
the Illinois compiled statutes,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and the laws and ethics pertaining to municipalities,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Village of Peatone Police Department
of the office of Village Peatone Police Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Uncle Greg?
Right?
This
Hey, officer, come up here for a second. Stand against my brother. I'm not gonna stand next to him.
Move that chair.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna count to 1, 2.
Perfect.
Sorry. As long as you're posing for her. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
All right. Moving on, item H, approved new business license for Hooked Up Inc., 117 West Main Street. Trustee Richards is related to one of the owners, so we're gonna ask her to recuse herself. Somebody here from that business?
They said they wouldn't be able to make it,
Oh,
so
okay.
they just sent a little bit of an additional description of their business
Okay.
in the packet.
Okay, so just for public knowledge, this is for a business license for the building at 117 West Main Street, which older residents may remember as the old post office. They're gonna use it as an office for their business, which is a construction management business. If there's no questions from the trustees, entertain a motion to approve.
A motion.
Second?
Moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Hudson.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, item I, discuss potential liquor and tobacco license at 908 Wilmington Road. And Mr. Patel, I thought I saw you walk in. Where'd you go? Oh, did you want to speak on this, please?
Hi.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Yes, so the Rising Sun restaurant is closing for like 2-3 years, so we see the opportunity over there. If we get the liquor, gaming and tobacco license, we would like to open the same store like we have it over here, same but with the gaming license. And like after maybe couple year, we try to make the plaza over there, like small plaza and the shops in there. If you guys approve like a transfer the B1 zone to B2 zone.
So tell me exactly what would you like in that current building, like at first? Are you talking about putting another liquor
Right
store?
now, yeah, the gaming license and tobacco license.
Okay, so it would be a full-service liquor store as well? Or?
Yeah, liquor store.
Yeah, And you continue running the one on Route
Yeah,
50 as well?
422, yeah.
Questions from trustees?
Well, if you went ahead with the plaza, would you close the one at 422 then, or
No,
you would maintain that?
it's still same way.
I will say what you've done with your building, right, with your shop now is, it's really pretty, it's beautiful, it's clean, so,
Thank you.
yeah, it's good.
So same thing we are going, need to build over there too, but with the gaming license, like slot machine.
Have you,
Sorry, go ahead.
have you thought about maybe offering sandwiches or anything, since there's a full kitchen in there? Something just extra? Just an idea.
Yeah, like just a sandwich, or are we talking about the restaurant?
I'm talking just, when I'm gonna go in there for, let's say I wanna pick up liquor, or I wanna gamble a little bit, would you be able to
Oh,
offer
yeah.
any sandwiches?
That we offer the pizza or the sandwich,
I
yeah,
see.
like it.
Would there be enough business for both of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Be a lot closer for a lot of people.
Then,
No, I'm just saying, there's one on this side of town and one on this side of town, so I'm sure there'd be plenty of business for both.
And it would look good driving down,
It wouldn't be an abandoned building.
correct?
So are you considering purchasing the property or just
Yes.
leasing it?
Yeah.
Purchasing?
We already talked to the owner, but before we purchase it, we want to make sure what kind of the license available.
Right.
If the license of gaming tobacco is not available, it's not worth it to buy that property. That's
I mean, the parking lot's in pretty rough shape there.
Yeah, we
Is that-
gonna like it. They do the parking lot too.
Yeah.
How many acres is the property?
1.7 acre.
Would they have to buy the building first to get a liquor license, or no, that doesn't really matter? Like, would it have to be up and running? Or get ready to open, or?
Well, to get a liquor license, the owner of the building would have to sign off on it. So whether it's somebody else or them, but what he's really looking for today is just whether the board is willing to grant another liquor license and gaming license in that property. And if we say yes, then he'll, can go ahead
through
and
it.
talk about buying it. If we say no, then, he's not gonna waste any more time on it.
I don't have a problem with it.
So a couple years ago, the board approved, allowing gaming in a liquor store. So just like you allowed it at the gas stations, which it hadn't been allowed forever, so that changed, so, it's just not something that's allowable in that plaza, so I think this would allow you to exercise that.
it would be like a gaming cafe,
Gaming.
food and
Well,
some
it would,
food and,
I just wanna differentiate the gaming cafe is something completely different than a liquor license, for a liquor store. So, if you're
So
more
that's a
wanting,
pouring license, right? That's come with the liquor license. When we if you approve the gaming, then it's come with the pouring license too, like a bar license like that, right?
you have to have a liquor license,
Yep.
whether it be a category
And-
that is the gaming cafe, or if it's the liquor store, they're
I
two
know,
different
we
things.
need both license.
You want a gaming cafe license?
Off premises and on premises both.
Right,
Because
which,
if we making gaming like a slot machine, they have to have the pouring license, on premises license, right?
right, which is allowed if you have a liquor store, liquor license category.
but is
So-
it more of a cafe or is it more of just a liquor store?
No,
with-
it's more a cafe. We want to make first the tobacco and the gaming, but we also want to take the liquor license if available off premises. So in the future, when we build the whole plaza over there, we have the opportunity to build another liquor store too. Like we don't have to apply again for the liquor store off premises. That is our concept. We are trying to do that. So right now, the gaming and tobacco, then in the future, we can always add the liquor.
Yeah,
Supplement.
a liquor store sells prepackaged liquor to go.
Same
A
like
gaming
that.
cafe does not. So
Right.
there are some differentiations in the categories.
Okay,
So we would just have to maybe discuss in more detail which one, but I think just for the purposes of discussion here, kind
Because I
of getting your,
I can't see people going in and buying their liquor to sit there and open it and drink it. That would, you wouldn't be able to do that.
no, is like strictly when we give them, then they only can drink. It's not like that, like they grab it over there and no.
Okay, so it's
like
not
that.
actually a liquor store, it would be like a cafe.
Cafe,
Yeah.
more like
And
Those
then
are,
when
those
they-
are two different things.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
And
That's
then
why
when
I
he
was a
builds
little
the rest of the plaza,
Yeah,
then
then-
he'll put a separate liquor store.
separately.
Then it'll be just a liquor store,
Yeah.
Right,
not
in a different
cafe.
building.
Different
Okay.
building, yeah.
Okay. Now that makes
I
sense.
mean, is there enough room on that property to build?
They
something
have the
more?
whole basement inside of,
No, I mean, you're talking about building a plaza. Are you talking about on this property? There's enough room to put another type of building on there?
yeah, there is like 1.7 acre like land and we don't like do the bigger plaza, just smaller, like 5-6 shop.
So when you say plaza, you really like to have both. You'd like to have the gaming cafe and you'd like to have a liquor store
Liquor
also.
store in the
That's,
future.
that makes up the plaza?
Yeah.
Is there any kind of a time frame on that?
Like for plaza,
Yeah,
like at least 2 years we need. Yeah, then we move the subway to subway, we own that, so we move the subway maybe in the future. So like that, 3-4 shop over there, small plaza. But it takes at least 2 years though.
so in the building that's there, you wanna start out with the liquor store, or do you wanna
We want
start?
to start with the tobacco and gaming only first, with that building.
till cafe.
Right. I guess with the appropriate license, I would say yes.
I'm on board.
Okay.
Any other comments, negative comments?
No. It's nice to see something being put in there.
I'd like to see a more solid plan of what you're actually gonna do and a time frame.
So it's like after 2 years, what we gonna do over there?
Yeah, I just don't wanna allow a gaming cafe and then that's all it ever is. You know, I'd like to see you develop it if that's what your intentions are.
Okay, so, like what exactly we are going to build after 2 years, that's the question, right? So, that's it, like, we just want to make the 4-5 shop, we're gonna move the subway over there too. Then we also want to make the liquor store in another building. Also the same building, maybe the gaming and tobacco as it is, we gonna do right now, that's it.
Yep, yeah, and if you're gonna do all that, I'm on board.
Okay. Anything else from us then?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, item J, approve ordinance rezoning certain real property from R11 Family Residence District to P3 Auto Oriented and Service Business District at 8650 West Wilmington Road, Peatone. So this case, it's in your packet, came before the board a few months ago. It was at the Planning and Zoning Commission. They approved it. And it came before the board, and there was concern that if we approved the zoning, that anything can go into there. There are provisions on the approval by the Plan Commission. There are conditions on there that whatever goes in there has to come before them again for site approval. So we actually have one of the developers here, Dennis Stahl. If you want to come forward, he just wanted to give a little overview of what he's planning on doing there.
Great, thank you very much. I'm Dennis Stahl. I'm I'm very honored to be here. I'm a co-manager with another partner in Chalkstone Partners LLC, and we're the owner's manager and managers of the vacant land at the northeast quadrant of the I-57. Our focus as a company is almost entirely directed towards properties at interchanges of small towns. That's what we pretty much do. We have 7 projects going. They're all very similar in that regard. We like the opportunity to not only obviously make a good business decision, but also benefit the towns. And our approach, quite frankly, is to find underutilized sites in good locations where something else is happening. In this case, the something else that is happening is, as you know, you have a very large truck stop going in right now. That caught our attention. It's really the reason why we focused on this site and acquired it. We do have financial partners in our deals, some of whom are I know there was some question about finances, but for example, one partner owns over 40 McDonald's franchises. So, we have some people involved here that are quite well-to-do as partners. We strongly believe that the travel center that you approved on the other side of the interstate will spur private investment and economic activity for your town, starting at the interchange. Most things that happen in towns that are good and transitional start at the interchange. And the reason for that is, and the reason why we focus on interchanges, is that where national brands will come in and buy a pad at an interchange based upon the traffic flow of the interstate, they won't come in necessarily into the center of town because of population constraints and things. So it's really a function of viability. You basically are looking at a lot of end users that are well-known national brands that are very sophisticated, and the problem that we've encountered, and the reason why I'm here, is that the present zoning is residential, and it's totally inconsistent and incompatible with your own comprehensive plan. You have a great comprehensive plan for this city that's been adopted. It shows, I think, a lot of insight with respect to the future of the interchange, and I think keeping the trucking on the west side and auto-oriented businesses on the east side is a terrific concept, and so we bought in on that, we feel very good that once that truck stop is open, national buyers will take a look at this site. Right now, it's a tough sell. I know somebody's mentioned that, oh gee, we're gonna sell the site. Yeah, we hope to sell it, but we're gonna sell it in pads typically, or ground lease pad sites. In other words, we have to break it up into 4 or 5 usable lots, or what we call pads, and we'll sell off the pads to the end user. And we hope that we can attract over time 4 or 5 end users. So that's the basic concept. We like the vision of the truck stop investment on the west side, and we're here to basically undo an outmoded zoning that it seems to have kind of tagged along on this site. I don't know why, but certainly your comprehensive plan has the vision, that's correct. You don't put residential typically at a interchange. It's valuable for other uses because typically, if you're gonna capture travelers on an interstate, they're gonna be within just the quadrants of the interchange. That's where they're gonna do their business, and most of them will get right back on after what, maybe some will stay in a hotel there, but they'll get right back on. They're not gonna necessarily come all the way into town. Some will, but the vast majority are just, like most of us, we jump off, we get a bite to eat, we go to the bathroom, we do a few things. Might go to the hotel or whatever, and stay overnight, but then we're just right back on and continue on our way. So, just wanted to express that, that we're correcting something that we think is not suitable for that site, and is, as I say, incompatible with your other plans, including, by the way, I noticed reading your business development district #1 plan. It had our property in that as a business property, not as a residential property. So again, your planning, I think, is right on, and we agree with it. The only thing we don't agree with is making it harder on us to market these sites to people that we believe you should want at that location. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I actually have a question. So with these different pads that you could sell or lease, would the people who are buying them, like say it's like, let's say it's like a culvert or something, and they're gonna buy this one piece of property, would they have to come then to planning and zoning before it is leased or sold, in case, like, what if it's a tire automobile garage, and they want a certain part, and it butts up to like the neighborhood that's there?
Yeah,
How would that work? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
they could just buy the pad and then
yeah,
be
it's
like,
a very good question, and it's gonna be site specific.
okay,
So, we cannot typically, although we have done it on one of our projects where we sold the whole project to one user, happened to be a truck stop, travel center, and they took the whole thing. But we don't usually lose the whole site. So you're basically padding it out, and it's in phases. So we would envision, for example, maybe 2 pads initially towards the front at the entrance, and then move logically as we're able to, get the end user interest that we need to complete the project. For example, hotel use, just logically is put next to the ramp, the closest to you. You see this almost everywhere when you drive, as you know, and you want the visibility of the hotel right at the ramp. But we see a hotel as maybe one of the latter phases because it's furthest away from the entrance.
okay.
There's some conditions that are proposed by staff, Shelley, in the staff report.
Okay.
And, for example, one of the conditions for approval is future site-specific improvement shall be reviewed by the planning commission for conformance to the village's
Yeah,
zoning code and design
Okay,
standards.
that's what I remember reading, but I just wanted to make sure, so like, I mean, we could approve it, and it's approved for him, and then
But we
when
have a
he goes
say.
to sell it to a certain like buyer, and the buyer's like, well, hey, I wanna put whatever he wants to put on there, are we gonna have a say in what that buyer's putting on before they buy it? Cause what if we say no, and then the buyer's like, well, no, I got this spot I already bought, and I can't put anything on there.
So the condition says that prior to issuance of building permit for any portion of the site,
Okay.
an overall site plan shall be approved by the plan commission at a public meeting. The site plan shall include anticipated phasing of the project, indicate the location of proposed building pads, points of ingress, egress, internal vehicular and pedestrian circulation, and proposed uses for each
Okay.
proposed pad. And then it goes on to say, the uses indicated on that plan shall be binding unless changed by the planning commission at a public meeting. So, it can't, and the site plan cannot be substantially altered without approval by the planning commission.
And we're fine with that, just so I'm on the record.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
so
fine with that.
in the site plan, you've got a hotel, you've got a couple of pads for restaurants, and then the possibility of a gas station. Is your marketing geared to trying to fill those spots? Do you mix up the use of that property?
Yeah, so we mix it up. In other words, we're much broader than those uses. They're all retail, they're all very good uses, but for example, you know, we're not limiting ourselves in this regard. We do a wider marketing effort. We've gone out to over 450 end users already, okay? They've seen the two concept plans, and that's all they are. They're kind of our marketing concept plans at this point, but they're good at displaying what can be done and the site sizes and the circulation and things. So, but you're right. You know, we would, you know, for example, we've gone to hardware stores, Ace Hardware. I mean, we've gone to Aldi's. We've gone. There's a whole different. You know, there's a broad range of potential users, some of which are lower on the scale of probabilities, like you know, perhaps a you know, hardware store or something like that. But you know, we're still pounding away, and we're pounding on them. You know, this is like a war game. You're pounding on them. In our case, with multiple sites. Okay, so if you don't like this one, you know, how do you like this one over here? And it's a game of, you know, of getting them to have attention to a particular site. And some of them are looking at multiple sites. So, you know, we have a couple that are frankly interested potentially with, you know, on the Peatone site. And we need to, you know, we can't have hurdles put in front of us that make no sense. You know, where you have zoning that's out of whack with the comprehensive plan, I think. And it's, you know, zoning always comes up when you're marketing.
And that's all
so-
you're really considering tonight. We have not been through the site approval process yet. We just took it to Plan Commission just for the straight rezoning. So it still has to go through, for site planning with the Plan Commission.
So until recently, that wasn't even part of the village. So, you know, it just made sense to throw residential on it, and I've been through 4 comprehensive plans, so. This is exactly right, the zoning should be changed.
There was a house on
For
that
that.
property years ago,
Yeah.
many years ago.
Any other
No, no.
questions for
Yeah,
Mr.
they
Stahl?
tore it down.
Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the ordinance rezoning from R1 to B3 and with the ordinance 23-11.
With or without conditions.
Oh, with the conditions that the staff included.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Richards.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Markey?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Next on the agenda is item K, approve a resolution executing an intergovernmental agreement between Village of Peatone and the County of Will for public fire extinguisher recycling. Thank you. So the county, do you know, what, do you want to talk about this, or?
Yeah, I think
Or
Chief's.
Chief, did you set this up, or?
Yeah, so right now we do the medicine recycling. It'd be something similar to that, where people bring old fire extinguishers that are expired. Instead of throwing them in the garbage, they bring them here. It will just be a holding facility. The county will come pick them up, just like they do with the medicine. There's no cost. It's just another way, like we do with the recycling of electronics and stuff like that. There's something else for the residents to get rid of stuff safely.
Okay, so it wouldn't be a specific days, it would just people could bring it at any
Yes.
time. Nice, okay. I entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Sluse, and this will be resolution 23-R-9.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Next is approve a resolution approving bid award for construction services 2023 MFT/Rebuild Illinois Resurfacing Project to Gallagher Asphalt Corporation. Troy?
Sure. Yeah, the bid opening was on June 7th. 3 bidders submitted proposals. Gallagher Asphalt was the low bidder, and the prices were very good. It came in about 12% under our estimate, so it's under the budgeted amount for the village, so that's good. So we recommend awarding to the low bidder, Gallagher Asphalt. And there's a condition for IDOT, it's like 8 calendar day waiting period for the formal approval. So, I know we've done this in our towns, can we make the award kind of go until the 8 days is up?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so what date is that, do you know?
It would be June 15th, probably.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to approve this resolution on awarding the bid on June 15th.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, seconded by trustee Maravka. This is resolution 23-R-10.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
Item M, ratify and approve escrow agreement and its execution in accordance with the provisions of the First Amendment to Annexation Agreement with Bagwadi Properties 1 and Suhas Patel. Do you wanna?
Yeah, so there's, when we, the board approved the annexation agreement for the travel center, there were protections in there for, to make sure the work would be completed. And some of those protections include, escrows, that we can deposit funds if for some reason the road didn't get finished, we would have resources to be able to make sure they were finished. So this is, for 88th Avenue, and, which is, partly cash, partly a promissory note, and then we have a letter of credit for the on-site improvements that haven't been completed yet in approximately in the amount of approximately $2 million of on-site improvements that still need to be finished. That's a letter of credit we can draw on if necessary. We can also draw on this promissory note in the cash escrow if necessary. These are just protections, and they're in the annexation agreement.
And Amy's been working closely with our attorney, Terry
Barnacle.
Barnacle,
And me.
yes, and you, of course.
I know. I know what's going on.
You know all.
Okay.
No, not all, but
And Troy, he's been doing
yes,
a
and
lot
Troy
of, the
too.
engineers, they will check on site and make sure that all the improvements are made, so. Hopefully we won't have to use these protections, but they're there in case we need them.
All right, I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by trustee Hudson, seconded by trustee Sluse.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go into closed session. Is there any questions of the press?
I actually did have one question. With regards to Patel's suggestion of building another liquor store on, I don't know, was that Peatone, Wilmington Road? Is there any concern of an increase of crime from any of the board members? Since his property has had, I believe, 2 retail thefts in like the last year. So is there any concern of that? Because, and that's easy access right off of 57. They could fly right in, fly right off. And Chief, do we have license plate readers?
Yes.
On Peotone Wilmington Road?
Yes,
Okay, so that would help?
yes.
Where are they placed? Can you tell me, cause I don't even know.
I'll show you.
Okay,
I'll tell you.
alright, sounds good. So is there any
Yes.
concern of that?
I am concerned about it.
Okay, great. I just wanted to hear if somebody had some concern about
Anything
that.
off of 57 is always a concern, like Go Landings, there's always a concern because like you said, people get on and off 57 super easily.
Right.
There was a murder back in the 70s on, right there,
Well, and
in one
I
of
think
those
if you talk
houses,
to any
and
town
they got-
around here, a good percentage of their increase in crime is falling right on and off of 57.
Right.
So I wanted to.
And that's, I mean, unfortunately, that's what we're gonna have anytime we're gonna put anything over there. I mean, the bank
regardless.
has gotten robbed over there, the Casey's, I don't know about, the Shell station over there or not, but unfortunately, I think it's gonna be
Yes.
Yes, but
a
then, I
problem,
mean,
but is it gonna go up?
a strip complex with a gaming cafe, a liquor store seems like a bigger invitation.
I think you said strip club, I'm like, no, we're not approving a strip
No,
club.
and then
I'm like, what did you
If
just
he wants to
say?
build a plaza, I mean, a whole
Right.
plaza with a gaming cafe, a liquor store, and whatever, and a Subway. So, seems like a little bit of a bigger invitation for that. But I wanted to hear of any concerns that you might have had. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll check
All right,
everything.
I need a motion to go into closed session for two topics. One, discuss pending imminent or probable litigation, and B, discuss the employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Sluse.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
trustee Maravka,
Yes.
trustee Richards,
Yes.
trustee Sandberg,
Yes.
trustee Sluse,
Yes.
trustee Sturba.
Yes.
All right.